Hey everyone, welcome to I'm Just Saying week 45.
Oh my.
It's almost our 1 year anniversary.
It is almost.
We missed a couple weeks here and there.
Yeah, we missed a few.
Like in the last few weeks?
Like in the last few weeks, we missed a few.
But the first week in January, I think January 9th was your first show? Or 2nd?
It had to be 9th.
It was
Probably
9th. Yeah, it was the 9th because you had something.
We had already had the party.
Had we had our pajama party?
You had the, I don't know, because you introduced me as your producer at your pajama party. And that's how people know me when you guys had the wedding. People said, "Oh, you're Lon's producer."
Right.
I said, "Yes, I am." Not only am I his producer, I'm also his boss. You know, but it was fun. But I'm glad you guys are here. It's been a couple of weeks.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, it gets crazy now.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
and
we're bad. We're having it bad this year because we're hosting Christmas at our home for the first time. We've never hosted that.
Yes.
Well, last week you guys we didn't have a show because of Joey passing away.
Yeah, our memorial.
Yes, we're very, very sorry.
Thank you. The week before, I think you guys were sick. Lon was sick. Lon got sick.
He was in bed. He had a migraine from hell, and you guys had been at the shoot earlier that day, and you were exhausted because I was going to come and do the show alone.
There was no way I could have driven it.
And
it was good. We took a day off, and I told you guys. Remember when November hit? I said it'll be bad for the next couple of weeks because it'll just be so many things going on where we'll need to take off.
And you were right, as you always are.
As I always am. Thank you, Lon. Thank you. Thank you.
Listen, one husband to another. I figured you like to hear that you were
I
right.
do all the time, every day. And the week before, you were out.
Yeah.
So it's been almost like a month that we've all been in this room together. But I'm glad we're back.
It's been a long time.
People were worried that it's canceled. It is not canceled.
What's really nice? I've been getting a ton of Facebook contact, mostly IMs. You know, people IM me through Facebook and talk about the show and stuff. That's been really cool. People really, really like it.
Yeah, it's been great. And I just want to remind all the viewers, come join our chat room. You have two options. You could join the Stick'em chat room. You go to stickam.com, you register, you join the chat, or you could join our IRC chat room. Makes it very easy. You just scroll to the bottom of the page when you're at gfqlive.tv to view our show. And you could just view it right there. It makes it really, really easy, really simple to use. And it's a great community we have here. And after the New Year, I'm going to have a couple surprises for everybody.
Also,
we love surprises.
Also, we need to get people to subscribe to the podcast.
Yes, on iTunes. And actually, you guys are doing really well with the subscriptions. You're kicking everybody's butt.
Are we?
Yeah, so it's a good sign. If you go to our website at guysfromqueens.com or you go to gfqnetwork.com, you can subscribe to all our shows. We have I'm Just Saying on there, Tech News Weekly, What the Tech, Andrew Zarian Show, The Free For All. We have everything is up there. So go subscribe on iTunes. It helps us out, and you get it in your iTunes every week.
Yeah,
so it automatically downloads and it's there, and you can just listen on the go. I was actually listening to one of our first shows a couple of weeks ago in the car. Yeah, we've come a long way.
Have we really?
Yeah, we have.
Were we like drooling?
I've gotten deeper.
You've gotten deeper.
Yeah, I've gotten a different
I'm glad you
sound.
think so.
Yeah. Whoa. And girthier too, might I add. Those magic pills do work.
So do you like this time of year?
No, I absolutely hate it. Well, you know what I like, actually?
know he was going to say that.
I don't like the hectics of the holidays. I do like the cold.
Okay.
The summer, it's almost like depression hits. It's weird. I can't get myself to do anything in the summer. The winter is when I shine. I'm able to do 1,000 things in the winter.
I'm that way too.
Sucks everything out of me.
You know, it's funny because I'm kind of I find that people think this is so weird, but I get depressed every year in the spring
when there's more and more light.
Yeah,
she hates that.
I do. I hate
really?
that.
Why?
She's a vampire.
I'm a vampire. I like somewhere around April or so, I go through like a bout of depression every year. Like the first like really hot days when it gets when the time changes. It
gets
and
really
stuff.
bad, yeah.
Yeah, I get really depressed for a while, and I know that that's weird, but it's always been true. I love the fall.
Yeah, I love fall.
I
like
love
more than
fall.
more
Fall
than any
is
season.
nice. I feel December was Well, December's kind of like that month. November was very productive. December, I got a lot done without doing work, the publicity and everything. We're working on a couple of advertisers. Actually, before I should just say, you should go check out GoDaddy.com. Little impromptu commercial here. Since I'm bringing up advertisers, they've been with us since the beginning. I think a couple weeks in the network. Actually, since the beginning of this show, they've been
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have.
January they started.
I was going to say, they've always been our sponsor.
And they're absolutely
So they're invited
great.
over to the house for Christmas. GoDaddy, come on over.
GoDaddy, come on over. You could use promo code WTT3 at checkout. I just bought 10 domains. I used the promo code. I got a big discount on it, and it's great. And I just kind of have 50 domains all from GoDaddy.
Cool.
Very
So
cool.
it's really, really, really cool. So check out GoDaddy.com. Yeah, they've been with us since the beginning, but this month we worked on a bunch of sponsorships. In January, again, I'm going to have a lot of announcements. We got the publicity from Steppin' Out, which is great. It's been great publicity. People are enjoying seeing me in my underwear.
Yes, that was a
And
plus.
it's been a lot of stuff developing. It's been a really good month, a really happy month for me.
Yeah,
Do you
I have all those pictures of the backstage notices. Those are really fun.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, the backstage info was great.
Remember,
you-
you are a money machine.
Do
I'm
you
not even-
generally? I mean, I know what you're going to say. You hate the holidays, right?
I like Christmas morning. I don't like anything leading up to it.
You don't like the tree.
You like
the
getting
lights.
presents.
Yeah. I don't like the presents at all. The presents suck. I don't think anybody likes the presents. Listen, the presents are the best part of it, but the actual shopping. I went to the mall today. I walked around for 2 hours. I didn't get a damn thing.
Why?
And I came up because it was nothing. I went to go buy Jessica's gift. She's not here, so I can talk about it. I went to go buy her something.
Okay.
I can't find what to get her.
How safe is it
This
knowing
is a
that
girl.
Jessica won't listen to
Yeah,
this?
she won't listen to this ever. She's extremely difficult because she never asks for anything. How could you get someone something if they never ask for it?
It's, you know what? We don't really give each other Christmas presents anymore. And I know that people think that that's unromantic or whatever, but it got to the point where a few years ago we had gone out to the mall and we had presents to buy for family and stuff. And what we normally would do is like split up and buy each other stuff while we were split up. And I had no idea at what to get him. I had no idea. And we were sitting there and we were both exhausted. And I said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And he's like, "Honey, I really don't know." He's like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I really don't know." Because anything that I really wanted was either too expensive or it was something like for the house, like a new TV, which is not a present for me. It's a present for the house. Or it was something that, I really should pick out for myself. Or it was an experience, like a trip or to go see a show or something like that. So
we're going to Europe in May.
Right.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's
Really?
our present to
No way. Where are you just going all around or?
No, we're taking a Mediterranean cruise.
How many days?
12.
So how many shows are you going to miss?
2.
Maybe more.
All right. You're going to Europe.
We'll do it from the ship. We'll call in.
That'd
We'll
be
call
really
over
funny.
the ship. That would be really funny.
I never understood. And that's what bothers me about cruises. You can't. It's so hard to get like internet access on these cruises. Why not make it easy for everybody and get everybody internet access in the cabins? Why not? It's so expensive. It's like $10 for an
Yeah.
hour.
Because they don't want you in your cabin.
I want to be in the cabin.
Yes.
You don't even know.
They don't want you in the cabin.
I watched the entire season of The Closer in my cabin. And I watched, God, what was the other show? Reba.
I love Reba.
I watch every single Reba.
I love Barbara Jean.
I love
She's
Reba.
one of the great character actresses.
I'm
Barbara
sorry. I
Jean.
think Barbara Jean is the funniest thing.
And she lost a ton of weight, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then she wasn't as funny.
Yeah, she wasn't as funny when she lost the weight.
I know. She was much funnier when she was heavy.
What's different is what's funny. Chubby is funny.
She was hilarious. I loved her.
Yeah.
But no, they don't want you in the room.
They want you out.
They want you out.
But there's nothing to do. It's like art shows that nobody cares about.
I love the art on board.
Oh,
it's
I
like,
love them.
I want fine art. I know. I'll go on a boat.
I know.
Screw the Louvre or
Yeah,
or,
but there's always there's entertainment every night. There's usually
What I love,
piano
though-
bar.
Yeah.
There's
We always end up at piano bar because like the shows on a cruise always make me giggle. I'm from New York. It's not like I've never seen a show before, but you get people on a cruise that have never been like on a vacation in their life, and they're like, "Damn, this is the finest entertainment I have ever seen."
I know, we're like rolling our eyes laughing.
Oh my god.
No, but sometimes it's good. A lot of times the comics are good.
Oh, I had a horrible comic, and I was sitting in the front.
Really? Oh no, we
Yeah.
had good one.
I was sitting in the front. It was like an older guy, and I gave him a couple laughs. Nobody was laughing, and
That's
this
bad.
guy was stuck on me because I wasn't laughing at all.
Oh.
And he now like he got mad that I wasn't laughing, so he started attacking me, and I didn't want to heckle him, and then I started like heckling him. He's like, "Where are you from? Somewhere in the Midwest where you have no sense of humor?" I'm like, "Actually, I'm from New York, where we have real comedians, and our comedians don't
boy.
go on cruises." And
boy.
it just killed him. It killed him.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
the end.
No, we actually we had a good one, and we had the last cruise we took. We had a ball because they had they had goofy games every night that you could play, and like I join all the games.
Yeah.
I like play all the games.
Yep.
But we won.
We won everything.
Yeah, we won. We were
Jessica's
like
all involved in the cruises. I'm telling you, what I want from vacation is I want a laptop. I want everything I do now on a beach.
Well, you could go to Jones Beach and do that.
Exactly.
No, I don't go to Jones Beach.
Why?
I go to Long Beach.
Why?
It's a nicer beach.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, what we did, we broke into the hotel. Do you remember that?
Right.
When
Yes,
we
I
went?
do remember
We
that.
went
Well,
through
that's
the
not
hotel.
Long Beach. That's a private beach.
It's a private. Okay, we do private beaches. Jones Beach is too much for the everyday person.
Jones Beach is very nice.
Well, it depends
So
what
ours-
field you go to. I don't
You
go
know,
to field 4.
We thought of you the other night because we know you.
Actually, a lot
Why?
of
We
the
know-
times we go out to Robert Moses.
Yeah, Robert Moses is nice.
Which
we
is
we know that you like
quieter.
the whole limo experience, but we went
I
out.
don't like the whole limo experience.
Thought you did.
No, I think it's pretentious and obnoxious.
Oh
It
yeah, okay.
is.
We were in Little Italy.
Yeah.
And it's like because in Little Italy they have a couple of Italian restaurants,
yeah, really.
and people go in there.
Where'd you go?
With like the stretch
SPQR.
We were just there on
Are you
2
serious?
Fridays. Yeah, we went to, actually, I'm having my mug. Shameless plug for our friends at blip.tv.
Oh right, on Friday you went to the Blip party.
Yeah, we went to the blip party. We stayed there for a little bit, little by 20 minutes. And then we walked because we parked right there.
Uh-huh.
And it was on Broome right by Little Italy. So we walked to Little Italy and we had dinner at like Buffalo something. I forgot the name.
Yeah,
We
yeah, we
passed
saw it.
that. Yeah, we passed that.
It was red, like the
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah,
red.
yeah, yeah.
It was great.
Was
really
it?
nice.
Well, all
yeah.
the food's really good, like at almost every restaurant there.
It
But
is.
know what
the
They're-
streets were lined with stretch limos.
That's
What night
weird.
were we there? Huh?
line Saturday.
Saturday night. It was lined with stretch limos,
And
and
they
I'm
all,
thinking,
everybody in the place looked like they were like one of the house husbands from the Real
Yeah,
House
yeah.
Husbands from New Jersey. And I swear they were. I mean, I'm Italian, and I was like laughing.
you know what's
I
really
was
funny to go into an
hysterical.
Italian restaurant. They'll go, could I get you a drink? Some wine. We're like, no, that's good.
Yeah.
And they look like, and then like, do you want dessert? No.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're out
they
of
look
your
at
mind.
you like you're crazy.
No, we went there. We had a dish of pasta, and then we got like a small pizza as like an appetizer. It was great. It was a nice. This is how I feel about Little Italy. There's maybe 1 or 2 that are phenomenal restaurants, but
Right.
every one of them is really good.
Yes,
they're
that's
all
true.
really good restaurants. Now,
Yes.
are they? Oh my God, no! But they're really decent restaurants.
There are so. I mean,
If it was outside, if it was any place else except for Manhattan, it would be the greatest strip to ever eat on.
yes, exactly.
But there's so many different options.
That's
you know?
the thing. There are you can't walk 2 feet in Manhattan without hitting a good Italian restaurant.
Joe stays thin because she's like, I always say that she's like a food Nazi.
Yeah.
With herself.
I was so bad.
Oh
this
my
weekend.
God! She went into a
my
pastry
God,
shop
it was so
and
bad.
she hadn't got it in years. She got a block like the
Of Torone.
of
candy.
Torone, the almond candy.
Yeah, yeah.
And she inhaled it
I-
last night. She just, I mean, when was the last time you saw Joe like even eat candy?
I've never seen. I barely see her eat.
I
Right.
ate almost the entire block of Torone.
She was like,
by
break it
myself.
apart for me. Break it apart for me. she was like,
That's why I wouldn't have the chocolate.
I was surprised she wasn't snorting it. It was like,
so crush it up, so snorting it.
yeah,
Melt it down, inject it
I
in.
used to love that stuff when I was a
Freebasing
kid.
Torone,
That was on holidays. That was the treat. Like we get Torone all the time, like holidays and
do you have
dinners
any?
and
Do you
stuff.
have any traditional food that only comes out like at Christmas and stuff?
Oh no,
Because I even think there are things that
we're big on cannolis in this family.
Oh, see, I am not big on Italian
I
pastry.
love cannoli.
Yeah.
There's actually a place in Little Italy that claims to be the best cannoli on the planet. Okay, it was phrased strange.
Is that Ferraro's?
No, it wasn't Ferraro's. It was like some weird place. So we're like, okay, now we have to try this place out. If they're
Cannolis are
claiming
us.
to have the best cannoli on the planet. And we went, and it wasn't
the best cannoli.
It wasn't the best cannoli I've ever had. And I
Really?
told him. And I said, it is a fine, good cannoli. Now, best cannoli
No, which
on
planet
the
were you actually talking about?
That's what we
Yes.
said. And Jessica's, or maybe, listen, they're not claiming which planet. So it could be Mars, it could be Jupiter.
This is true.
But it wasn't decent cannoli, but it wasn't amazing.
Oh, you know what I love? I love good biscotti.
Yeah.
Oh,
And good.
God.
And what's weird is
Go
I
biscotta's good.
kind of thought biscotti was biscotti.
No.
And then I started tasting different
It's
ones.
not.
And it's like, oh my God. And you think it's just
not
like sort of a
Stelladoro.
crisp cookie,
No.
and that's
Yeah.
it. And it's
A
like,
good biscotti is a good biscotti. Yes. And I had some of those yesterday too. That's
Oh my
why
God, what's happening?
Oh,
I
I
know.
know.
It's why I'm not eating anything today.
I've actually lost over 10 pounds. I've lost like 12 pounds.
Have you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I went down from 188 or 189. It was like I was teetering down to 176.
Oh, that's good.
So
Good
I've
on
lost a
you.
ton of weight, and all I did was cut out the pizza in the mornings.
in the morning.
God.
Yeah, that was my breakfast, pizza.
Oh.
Like right now, I haven't ate anything today. I had a little bit of this chocolate.
That's not always
Well,
good, too.
That's healthy.
Because that's, I don't mean just the chocolate, but
Well, today it's rare that I'm doing that, but
Yeah.
generally I have a very light lunch, and I'll have a little snack in the afternoon, and then I'll have a decent dinner. And I'm not eating after 10 o'clock anymore. That
well,
did it
that's
also,
good.
because
That-
every
yeah,
night during the
that-
summer,
that does it too.
every night after each show, Jess and I were going out to eat.
Yeah.
And she'd have like a salad.
Yeah.
And I would eat I would have like 2 cheeseburgers.
Right. That'll do it.
And like I would drink.
Yeah.
So
that'll
I
do
would
it.
just pack it on. So now I'm losing weight.
there you go.
Yeah, that's good.
So do you like play Christmas music in the house?
No. It's banned.
Do you play it in the car?
No.
Like the all Christmas music
What
stations?
is wrong with you?
I dislike Christmas musics. You know why? Because I worked in retail. I worked in a Gap for so many years.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that would
And
kinda-
it's embedded in my head.
Yeah, that's true. That would.
It's
kinda
embedded
get
to
you.
my head. It's so much where I don't hear the song anymore. I hear the time that it was when I was working. So I'm like, oh, this is from the Gap soundtrack, March 2002. You know, like I could pull one of those.
Well.
So it's embedded in my head.
See,
we love Christmas.
I think Mariah Carey should be shot in the face for putting out that Christmas special, because I can't stand it. All I want
See-
for Christmas is you. Guess what? Nobody wants her anymore.
Oh,
Nobody wants her.
Oh no, nobody wants her. But see now
this
you know
is-
what's really annoying? I love that song. And I can't stand her. I cannot stand her.
You ever seen the
She
movie
gets on
Love
my
Actually?
She
They use it
gets on
really
my
well in that.
last nerve, and I love the song.
Yeah.
And I hate that she sings it because I really can't stand her.
to me, it's like one of the best things she's ever done.
Really, guys, I cannot stand her, but I love the song.
Mimi. She goes by Mimi. She should go by Mumu.
She should.
She
well,
has
she's
a couple
having
of times.
twins now. At least now
Is she really?
has. Yes. At
How
least now
old is she?
I think like
What, she's
early
been what?
40s.
Yeah.
Well, she was really young when she started. That's
Yeah.
what I remember. I
But that
remember
was like
She
the
was-
90s, right?
She was. Yeah.
she was with Tommy Mottola.
Yes. How do you think she got started?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you think she
Isn't
became?
he married to like Talia now?
Yeah. He's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's married to the Latin version of Mariah
Yeah.
Carey now.
She's born in 69 or 70.
69 or
various
70?
varying sources. They can't even pinpoint what year she's born.
She's 39 or 40.
She's from Huntington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I knew.
She's she's pregnant with twins. So she has an
Just
excuse
two.
now. But well, I mean, look, people get older, people put on a few pounds, but if you put on a few pounds, don't wear some white cutout
Yeah.
skin tight dress.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I can't stand her.
What do you expect people to say if you're going to dress like that and you know you've put weight on? Like, that's just stupid and asking for trouble.
Well, listen, she was in the eye of the public. She was really pretty when she was younger.
She was adorable.
And now, she's gotten a little older.
Yeah, but I mean, she hasn't, like,
changed the type of dress
that she wears.
Do you dress the way you did 20 years ago?
Yes, I do. I wear my baby clothes.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Really?
I mean, you have to, you have to kind of look and understand that you're not, 21 anymore, and she doesn't understand that.
So I'm not a big fan of her Christmas stuff. I don't like the whole Christmas specials on TV. And
do any of it not make sense to you? See, we like it so much that all of a sudden it just sort of like dawns on us that there's things that we don't know about.
Christmas.
About Christmas.
First of all, you have to understand. My husband, if it were up to him, we would watch
I'd watch It's a Wonderful Life every day.
Oh my God.
We would watch Rudolph,
oh my
Charlie Brown, The Grinch, and not just every year, but several times. I have to like stop him from like dragging me to watch them like numerous times over and over again. We've already watched White Christmas twice.
What I do like though is how the History Channel decides they're going to investigate every
aspect of Christmas.
I enjoy that.
Did Moses part the Red Sea? Scientific proof will show if it's humanly possible. Yes, a man held a stick up and parted the Red Sea, and now we're going to believe it. And then scientists come out, they talk about this.
That's what we do because we have inquiring minds. After a while, it's like, you realize we know all the reindeer's names, but we don't know the name of one elf.
Yeah, nobody cares about the
right. It's like they're like slave labor.
Yeah.
You know?
I watched an entire thing on the Holy Sword.
On the Holy Sword.
The Holy Sword, the sword that killed Jesus.
Ah.
Oh, the one that the soldier stabbed him on the cross.
Yeah, and apparently the Armenians thought they had it. Okay, it was the greatest thing ever. So they go to this Armenian church which claims they've had it in possession since 300 AD. Okay, they get the sword, and this guy looks at it, goes, and like they take it, and they talk to the Armenian priests, and they take it out once a year, and this is the sword. They take it out, and they go to like this guy that's gonna analyze it with like whatever X-ray, and he looked at it, he goes, oh no, this is definitely not it. This is not a Roman sword. This was made. This is like a
300 years old.
Yeah, this was made in 85. It's like one of those.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And they go to the Armenian church, and the guy goes, yeah, it's not the sword, I guess. The Catholic Church, on the other hand, refuses to do any kind of carbon dating on the sword that they have. They were claiming like this is the sword, and they're like, okay, let's see it. The Vatican's like, oh, absolutely not. We're not going to show it.
Jesus. It doesn't get carbon dated. It's eternal.
Of course.
But one story was interesting. It was another one, the Venetian sword, they called it. And they went through the history of the sword, and it could have very well possibly been the sword because they dated it back to like 1 AD.
Oh, wow.
And every powerful person in history from then on has nearly had possession of the sword. Napoleon had possession of the sword. Adolf Hitler had possession of the sword. King Henry had possession. King Charles had possession. So it shows Donald Trump, his hair. So it shows
Snooki.
So it shows the history of it. It was very interesting.
That is
the history of the sword,
actually.
And how the sword was responsible for the Romans becoming Christian, because one of their, I guess, soldiers had the sword, and he was killed because he refused to follow the Roman way, and because he was Christian. They beheaded him, and it caused even more people to convert to Christianity. But it was very, very interesting.
Yeah,
to
always
watch.
Screw the martyrs, man, because that'll shut them up.
I like watching the things on the derivation of
Traditions
various
and
Christmas traditions and stuff like that.
Well, first of all, Christmas. The traditions that we follow have nothing to do with Jesus Christ.
Right.
No,
well, they picked
not.
It's pagan holidays.
They picked a Roman pagan holiday.
Yeah, they picked the Roman god and a pagan god.
Yeah.
And they combined them both.
Yeah.
So when they converted people over, they said, "Hey, look, we do this. It's winter solstice, number one.
That's
the
exactly
tree's
what
a pagan thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Germanic.
Yeah. Do you know why we have the big feast? Like during Christmas, why we sit down and we eat?
I've heard this, but I've forgotten.
It's because at the time, the pagan holiday, for winter solstice, you would bring in all the animals and you would kill the weaker ones.
That's right.
And you had a ton of meat to eat.
Right.
So you would have a big party and you invite everybody over to drink and eat.
Yeah, because you're going to have to take care of them through the winter.
Yeah.
So
do you know why we
them.
have a Christmas tree at all?
I saw it. It was like some pagan thing.
It's Germanic in root.
And
it goes back to like, Huns and Visigoths and people that were closer to the land.
They used to during the winter solstice, they used to burn a big fir tree like in the town square. That was where it started, but it became a German tradition. You know the Christmas carol,
because the
O
Germans
Tannenbaum?
smell and the pine smells good.
That could be. But Queen Victoria and her husband, Prince Albert, he was German. And he wanted a Christmas tree in the castle that Christmas because it was his tradition, and because she was so popular, and whatever the queen did became a fad or whatever. That's how we started having a Christmas tree. It really was from Prince Albert,
and a lot of out of the English era, because like the whole Christmas Carol thing. Yeah. When Dickens wrote a Christmas Carol, it made Christmas a bigger holiday.
Yeah.
Christmas was like, well, even in the book, if you watch any of the movies, everyone's at work on Christmas Day when he wakes up.
Yeah.
And he looks out on the street and he asks the kid, go to the butcher and go to the butcher on the next street but one, as he says, and get me the prize goose. The butcher shop was open,
They also, another thing about Christmas was it was canceled for a number of years.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because they were getting drunk.
Yes.
It was a night where you went and you partied and you got drunk, and there was so many people getting drunk where they canceled Christmas.
Yeah, it was
they
kind of
outlawed
like Mardi Gras or something, and people would it was like a bacchanal, and people would get really drunk and rowdy and indiscriminate sexual activity that the church banned it. Yeah, they banned people
we like to
from
keep those traditions.
celebrating Christmas for a number of years.
Because we added, Jesus to Christmas, but Jesus was born in July. It's been proven that he was born in July through the.
I didn't know if it was July, but I knew it wasn't December.
But then White Christmas isn't possible, so that's why they did. They changed.
Look at
I think
Santa
they changed
Claus.
it for Irving Berlin.
Look at Santa Claus. Santa Claus has nothing to do.
No.
With the religion.
No, absolutely nothing.
But Santa Claus Santa Claus traces back to Saint Nick and everything. And what it did was, I always say that Santa Claus is practice God for kids,
Yeah.
Because basically the rules for Santa Claus are the rules for God.
Right.
Be good. Know that, God sees you when you're sleeping and he knows when you're awake too. He knows when you've been bad or good, but Santa Claus you get to see once a year. God you get to see only after you die.
Let's face it, Santa Claus was a very convenient way for parents to keep their kids in line.
Yeah.
If you wanted your kid to shut up, you told them to be good or they weren't getting any presents.
But there's what's better? What's better? You misbehave, you're going to hell, or Santa's not going to bring you presents this year?
Because when you're a child, you don't really understand
that is your
the concept
hell.
of hell. That is your hell. Right, exactly.
Yeah, but there's so many things that go on and you don't even know. I was listening to Rudolph. It's like, if you list those reindeer, like 8 of them 8 of them. 6 of them make sense. Dasher, Dancer, I get. One, they dash along, they dance, whatever. Prancer, it's a sense of movement. Vixen, maybe he's a cute, she's a cute deer. Comet, fast as a comet, I get. Cupid, this one kind of loses me.
Yeah.
It seems another holiday. Donner, what the hell is that? What kind of name is Donner? And then I did some research.
It's like Biff.
Okay, right. Biff. It's Donner's original name in the story, which is actually in the poem, Visit from Saint Nick, is Donder.
That's interesting.
And I have no idea what the hell is that. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. And then Blitzen. Okay, this is even better. In the original version, in his first draft, it was Dunder and Blixum.
Was that a mistake?
No, he just
Blixum.
Blixen. What the? I mean, Blitzen again. I understand because it has to
Did
do
he
with
also
speed.
kill? Did his nose grow and kill the cricket also?
Oh yeah, huh? Some of the original versions of stuff are like really,
it's
really
so
bizarre.
much better. How Pinocchio kills the cricket.
Yeah,
Steps on him.
yeah. He steps on.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he kills
Jiminy Cricket.
Well, you know,
It was well deserved.
those original fairy tales, if you've ever read
Well,
them,
the
in their original
jobs of those
form,
fairy tales were to scare the shit out of kids.
Yeah.
they were they're horribly violent and gruesome.
Isn't Rapunzel a terrifying story about kidnapping and
Yeah.
child abuse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
basically.
My favorite. It's not a popular story, and leave it to the Germanic people again. There's a story that derives from Bavaria of a creature named Lockjaw.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is great. So picture this: you're tucking little Hans and little Gretel into bed, right? And you tell them the story of Lockjaw, who is this little gnomish creature who wanders in and out of children's bedrooms at night, visiting all the homes of little boys and girls who have lied. Okay? And he takes a rusty nail and nails their jaw shut using his head as a hammer. Good night.
Where have I
Can
heard
you
this
imagine-
before? I've heard this someplace.
Is that sick?
I'm sure my grandmother
I was
told me
going
this
to
story
say,
when I was a
Is
child.
that
Somebody-
the sickest crap you've ever heard?
Well, how about
Man.
what's the other one?
Well, in the original Cinderella, the fairy godmother,
yeah.
the evil stepsisters cut off their heels and toes to make their foot
Fit into the slipper.
Fit in the slipper.
that's so
Yeah.
screwed up.
Yeah.
Well, who's it? Hansel and Gretel? They
eat the witch.
They eat
The
the
fam-
witch.
Yeah. Yeah.
They eat a person. Cannibalism.
Right.
So screwed up. My
I
God.
know. I know.
It's really sick stuff. Oh yeah. We found out too. I was doing just like this stuff interested me. Found out that Jingle Bells was originally written. Now realize Jingle Bells is not an old. It's not a carol. It's a Christmas song. It was originally written as a Thanksgiving song, which tells you how much global warming has happened because there used to be, the occasion to go to to Thanksgiving dinner in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey, we had snow. We
Yeah,
had
it's
snow in
snow.
November.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, what's the deal with a one-horse open sleigh? Like, if it's cold out, why are you in an open sleigh?
I don't know any of these Christmas songs, and it's really funny. And to Jessica, it's really strange.
You don't know any
No,
of these?
because
You
we're
weren't
like the
raised
Adams.
with them.
No, we're like the Adams family here.
What's the big Armenian Christmas
Oh,
tune?
who knows? Who knows? We're just a depressed society of people, and we're barely decent looking.
I know. We have to have Andrew come to the house
Yeah.
and sit by the Christmas tree and force him to listen to Christmas songs like all night. That's what we have to do.
Oh my God, I'd die.
To me, there are Christmas songs that like only one person should ever sing.
Yes.
You know, the whole chestnuts roasting by an open fire. Nat King Cole should be the only person that sings that song because everyone else is like doing this like really pale.
Yeah, I know exactly what you
Pale
mean.
version. It's like, oh look, it's Taylor Swift singing, Deck the Halls, or it's like
I do not like
no one ever
people-
sounds like they're passionate about a
See,
Christmas carol.
I don't mind the traditions. I like the traditions, but we never did in my house. Like Jessica and I have happy hour at the Zarians, where
Okay.
once a year we put on Frank Sinatra. We get really dressed up and we sit and we drink martinis all afternoon, starting at 3:00 in the afternoon.
That's cool.
and we
That's
drink it
very
all
cute.
day and night.
Yeah, the Velvet Lounge.
That's
Yeah,
very
that's
cute.
you
Yeah.
definitely
So
want
and it's
that.
just Frank Sinatra in rotation.
We were
you
going
know?
to do the basement of our house. We have the Tiki Lounge, which looks good, by the way.
We
really
were
tweaked it.
originally going to do
Do
it as like
the Velvet Lounge.
Yeah, like
That
a
would be
Vegas 60s Vegas.
do
lounge.
like Prohibition,
Yeah, that's cool
like
too.
the walls
Oh
switch.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fun
That's what
too.
I want.
Yeah.
I have that now.
Do you know the expression to 86 something to get rid of it comes from a Depression era thing, a Prohibition era thing. There was a speakeasy down in Greenwich Village, and it had two entrances. On one street it had one address, but on the other street it was 86, whatever street it was. And when the cops came, you always scooted out the 86th Street exit. So
That's funny.
so they'd go 86 it,
Oh,
And
that's really funny.
That's where the expression comes from. Oh yeah. We love like the stories and everything. But we found out that Dickens wrote 6 other stories about Christmas, and none of them became popular. Like he wrote a Christmas story annually, and the only one that ever made it, that was ever popular, was A Christmas Carol. and
Oh,
Tiny
yes.
Tim.
Wait, I had to watch.
Tiptoe Through the Window.
I had to
love
watch
Tiny
it. I
Tim.
had to watch another version of, because he had never seen the musical version of A Christmas Carol, the one Scrooge.
From 1970.
Right.
So I saw that
We had
yesterday.
to watch that.
Oh my god.
I twist her arm and make her watch these things.
Poor Joe.
I was
When-
cooking in the kitchen, and you put it on.
Right. Do you know that, the character Tiny Tim?
Tiny Tim as in the singer?
No.
No.
Tiny
Like
Tim.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips?
Yeah, I want that version.
Tiptoe.
I want that little.
I know that entire song.
That's a very
That's-
old song.
That's a
and
very old
I know that
song.
entire.
He was. Oh, you have to look
He
up
used to be on
somewhere.
Howard all the time. That's what I know from
do you
my
remember?
childhood.
Do you remember when he was on Howard? He sang "Santa Claus
Plus,
has
he's got
AIDS."
the
this
AIDS
year."
Santa Claus
this year.
has got the AIDS this year. Yeah. Santa Claus has got the AIDS this year.
Yeah.
Most years he says "ho ho ho." This year he says
Say,
"no no no." I was like, we were listening to that. We were like, oh my god, really? Oh, there's another one we have been trying to find. One year we were driving up to Connecticut, where we normally go for Christmas, to her cousins, and there was some like real FM progressive radio station, and the guy was like this all night. He goes, "Yeah, so I'm going to be playing some Christmas music for you this year, and I want to play some things that don't normally get done, and this first one is called The Beatniks Christmas." And it was like this beat poetry guy doing this thing on, it's all about materialism, man. And Christmas colors shouldn't be red and white. They should be black because we're mourning someone. Yeah, it's like,
yeah, it's just ridiculous.
the Beatniks were great. Oh, absolutely. I love that stuff. I love all the Christmas stuff. But Tiny Tim, in the story, he played with other names first. He settled on Tiny Tim. But
What was
Tiny
the
Tim,
original?
Little Larry. I'm not kidding. Puny Pete
That's so funny.
and Small Sam.
That's brilliant. Tiny Tim works.
Our housemate Phyllis.
I kind of like
So
Cutie
these were the
Pete.
names of 3 guys she dated. Oh yeah. Yeah, but the whole Dickens thing is why we like get all Christmassy and stuff. But I also think it makes us real. I mean, how many times have we actually had a white Christmas? And man, we crank that song. We just keep
Very
that song.
few.
in my
pumping.
life, maybe
3.
4,
Yeah.
3. I
Yeah.
can't think of
I
much.
think they said that in England, in London, there have been like
In this century,
in
like-
this century.
7.
7, and they counted a white Christmas as any time a snowflake fell on the weather building.
Yeah, that was it. Like that's all it had to be. Although, have you seen Europe is like buried under snow?
Yeah, they're getting hit hard, and it's rare.
Very rare. They're totally buried under snow.
Yeah, that's what they got
For not being us?
for not being us.
Yes?
God is
Oh,
punishing
okay.
them.
Oh, I
Obviously,
see.
it's a sign. Americans rule.
That's it. Okay.
We're so obnoxious with our limos. It's funny.
You can't
brought
do
the
this.
limo up.
You know, the most important phrase any world traveler can know is, "You can't do this to me. I'm an American."
Yeah. Oh, they want to help you at that.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the limo thing.
Speak loud and slow.
We got a limo for Sapphires last Wednesday. They sent over a limo. Now, it was Jess and I only going. I didn't want to, ruin my welcome. So we said,
Notice
you know
we
what?
didn't get asked to that, huh?
No, because
Yeah.
you know what? They only asked us, and they weren't like, oh, bring everybody, because they covered the bill. They covered
Oh.
drinks and they covered food. So I felt it might be a
okay.
little weird if
Yeah,
I
that
brought
is-
everybody.
Did
with
you get
me.
lap dances?
I didn't go into that part. So I
No?
was like, you know
No
what?
lap dances?
Let me go this time, and the next time I'll like tease it. I'll be like, oh, I should have brought everybody else, and they'll say like, yeah, you should have, and that's pretty much what happened. But I said, listen, can you send a car? They go, absolutely, because they had said we were going to send you a car. So I'm thinking it's going to be like, like a Lincoln Town car.
Right.
They sent over a stretched Navigator limo.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Maybe
16,
they thought,
16 passenger.
Oh my God. They probably thought you were coming with an entourage.
No. That's what they sent me. We had a light show.
A light show.
Yeah, light show inside. We were, and Jessica and I looked at it. We go, oh my God, this is so obnoxious.
Yeah, it's like
This is so obnoxious. We felt embarrassed.
What is even the point of that?
It was great.
Seriously, I mean,
It's like,
I don't,
you know, if
I
the world were
totally
run
don't
by
get
me,
it.
there would be so many people that were out of work. You know, there'd be no limo drivers.
It was very nice, and we had a lot of fun in it. But I was just at first I was like, you know.
I understand the concept of limos for certain occasions and such like that.
A
but
wedding party needs to go in one.
It was
I
the prom.
understand.
It was a
No,
prom I never had.
You never had. You didn't go to your prom?
No, I got too drunk that night. I missed prom.
Honey, we're going to have one of the
Lord.
party one of these days. We're going to have a prom because all my loser friends
Never
went to their prom.
Joe went to like 16 proms.
Oh yeah, I
you
did.
know?
I did.
yeah, I'm sure you were
Yeah.
the cool. You were the cool girl from
I
Malba.
Did. I did. I went to all the proms.
Oh,
Yeah.
the girl from Malba gets to go to all the proms.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to all the proms.
The kid from middle.
I sat home and cried.
The kid from Middle Village doesn't get to go to any because he's a nerd.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that where you were at the time?
No, I was at some shithole bar in Flushing. I got so drunk. My God. And that was the
I'm
first
trying to figure out
time.
how
Did
to
you have a
spell.
date?
Yes.
Where was your date?
She was with me. She got really drunk too.
Oh, great.
That was the first time I ever thought to
she
myself.
was a classy girl.
That was the first time I ever thought to myself, you might have a
First time
drinking
I've ever heard
problem.
of vomit.
17. I was 17 and I said to myself, you might have a drinking problem, Andrew.
Oh my God.
And then I convinced myself that I had no problem. But yeah, she was a very classy girl.
I'm sure.
Very classy. Very
I love
nice.
that vomit is a prom thing.
Yes.
She's an exotic dancer now.
Yeah, there you go. My high school prom was in December. I remember December 28th.
That's bizarre.
It was. I don't know if they still do it, but it was something that was done at the time.
Merry Christmas. Have your prom.
A lot of the Catholic girls' schools or boys' schools had their proms in the winter.
I'm bringing Jesus as my date.
Did Jesus have a prom date? And where did Jesus go to high school? Did he go to Catholic school? There weren't even Catholics. So did he go to yeshiva?
He went to yeshiva.
He went to yeshiva.
Well, I was.
He was in B'nai B'rith. He was part of the basketball team.
Did you see on Facebook that I've been doing Christmas carols and
I
like
have
people
seen,
have been
yeah.
doing lines? So someone went, I don't know this one. I'm Jewish, and I went, yeah. So is the guy the song's about.
Yeah. King of the Jews.
Right,
That's what
exactly.
they call him.
That's exactly right.
Also,
King of all Jews. King of new media.
the king of
all Jewish
Jews.
media.
Well, it is Howard. King of all Jews, Howard Stern.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I'm going down your list of songs. I don't know. I'm telling you, we never did the songs in my house. We never did Christmas carols in my house.
Okay, I'll be serious here. One of the ones that kills me is the song "I'll Be Home for Christmas," which everyone does with these lush backgrounds and kind of things, and it's all like, "Oh, look, some guy promising that his sweetheart that he'll be home for Christmas." It's written about a soldier
That died.
No, Thanks, Andrew.
It's
But
about a soldier
who's
basically
wishing. It's a wish. It's not a promise.
that he
It's like,
could come
oh,
home
honey,
for
don't worry, I'll be
Christmas.
there for Christmas
Yeah.
night. It's like, oh, goddamn, get me out of this war,
Yeah.
And everyone sings it with these lush, it's like, I love is like,
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't even know the freaking words. I don't know any of the words. All I know
Well,
is
Oh my-
no.
Okay,
That's
what-
it. That's
okay.
it.
That's because
Okay.
That's his
Do you know what?
That's because it's
You want to
only
hold
one
someone to
word.
that? What the hell is a Noel?
No Al.
What is a Noel? The first Noel. Was there a second Noel?
Jessica knows all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
'cause
she
she's
knows.
a-
Yeah,
the
she went to
Italian
Catholic
girls are.
school, yeah.
Catholic.
And,
The
and
no-
she
you know what
goes- and she
Noel
goes,
is?
What's the rest of the words, huh? And I make them up, and she
Oh,
gets so mad.
I gotta tell you, the second verse of most Christmas songs are so stupid. It's like, we had to come up with a second verse,
Yeah.
so we're gonna say
Not all of them. Silent Night Silent Night has nice verses.
Why? First of all, they're horrible songs. All of them are horrible songs.
No,
You
Silent
mean the
Night's a beautiful
Christmas
song.
carols?
All of them. Every one of
No,
them. It's
the Christmas
horrible
carols.
songs.
Many
They
of the
should be
Christmas
put
carols
in a box and
beautiful.
never taken out again.
Oh,
They should
Stop.
not be done by certain people.
Yes,
I'll go with that.
I don't like my Christmas carols messed with. Okay.
Well, you
A
could try.
carol,
You got to
it
do
should be-
AC/DC's "Christmas with My Mistress."
Yeah.
I like my no.
You mean to tell me that you're not a fan of the T-Pain Christmas album? Everything is auto-tuned?
who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some rapper.
Yeah, exactly. No, Christmas carols. It's old church music. I like it being sung the way it was written to be sung.
You're
I do
talking
not
to a
like
guy
it
that hasn't been
messed
in a
with.
church since
I
1997.
don't. Neither have I.
My wedding
But
wasn't even in a church.
I don't care. I don't go to church
But you
either.
know-
But I want my carols to be the way they were supposed to be.
Okay.
I don't
You
like
know
things
me.
messed with.
We've talked about when I taught you that what I love about religion is that I pick and choose. There are things that I like about every religion. Judaism, I like how they handle death. Hinduism, I like the fact that I can pretty much screw up and I get a second shot at it. Okay.
Yeah.
The thing that I love about Catholicism is great theater, amazing architecture, and pretty good music. So
Scientology, aliens. How could you go wrong with Scientology?
oh yeah, Scientology, amazing.
No, the Christmas carols, when sung by the right voice or by the right kind of choir, are beautiful. I don't like them messed with.
Let me ask you: are you going to go to a concert with the right choir singing Christmas carols? Would
Yeah.
you go?
Yes.
Yeah, we went to the to see the Vienna Boys
Of
Choir sing.
course.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with both of you. I would never go. I don't even go to a concert.
Well, you don't leave the house.
I don't know. I did leave the house today. I went to the mall and I almost had a panic attack. It was the worst time of my life.
Well, you see, okay, first of all, this is what happens when you wait till the last minute to buy people presents.
You know, there's a
My
fine
present-
balance here, though, honey. There's a fine balance
Wait,
because
my presents are all bought and wrapped and under the tree.
and color coordinated.
I'll talk about
And
Christmas
color
presents.
coordinated to the tree.
I want to thank Google for their Christmas present to me. They sent me a Google TV.
Did they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to show me later.
It's in my bedroom.
Oh,
It's a
very
little
good.
box, and they sent me a Google TV for Christmas.
Very nice.
Or to shut me up because I've been saying I hate the damn thing for weeks.
That could be too.
And I now
What is a Google TV?
it's a device that goes on connects to your TV and it piggybacks on the TV. Now your TV kind of integrates as a computer, and you could do web searches, you could do your email on it, you could watch web stuff, so you could watch us on your TV.
So you have the full TV, a full large screen to
Yep.
watch your YouTube, so you can watch guys getting hit in the crotch with a
Yeah.
baseball bat.
Yeah, it's great.
Did you see the thing on me, the squirrel thing that I put on my Facebook?
No.
Oh, it's very cool.
I feel like I should say yes because I feel you get very upset when I tell you no.
No, it's cool. I'm just telling you that there's cool things on my Facebook.
I said no to your party. I said I'm not coming to your party.
I was
on
like, what
Facebook,
the
and Lon
fuck
got
is
very
that?
Upset. Lon got
Oh
devastated.
yeah, I know. He was like, Andrew says he's not coming to the party. Was
I
like,
didn't
"What?"
even know what it was. I just went down the list. I have so
You know what? You
Try
say that
reading.
you don't like things. You don't even look at them to know if you like them
no.
or not.
I know.
reading
I'll
them.
tell you what it was. I have. You know what screws me up? I get a bunch of club promotion invites.
Okay.
And it's never like real people. And I told Lon, I'm like, I have a bunch of invites, and I don't want to sound like I have like friends that are inviting me. It's all clubs, and I don't know who these people are. I'm gonna delete them because I have. Look, Friday night at Webster Hall, Saturday night at Webster Hall, this night at this party, this night at that party, this is this party, and it's just over. I had 15 invites.
Your life
So
is so
I
hard,
just hit no
Andrew.
to all of them. I didn't know that you guys sent an invite and it means a lot to you guys because I deny everything. And I guess everybody thinks I'm a giant asshole.
this is true.
I
don't
say
think
no to
I don't think
everything.
they think it, Andrew.
I feel Facebook invites do not hold ground if you're attending or not. Here, I'm saying no to everything. I don't even know what these are. The 7th annual Christmas Eve
Oh, did you
party.
send it to him through Facebook?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, see, now I did not have your personal email. I sent my evites to people's personal emails.
Oh, see, then that's I would accept that.
I said that to my friends.
I would accept that. I just I don't know. It's weird. I feel Facebook is not real. I guess maybe I'm just like that. I feel whatever I say or do on Facebook, it should not affect me in my real life.
But it does.
No, because it's on the interwebs.
Yeah, but there are people on the other side.
I don't know. People and you know what's the greatest part? Every Thursday we do the Facebook message.
Oh yeah, the quote of the
quote of the week.
the status of the week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
And last
fabulous.
week's was a gentleman got a DUI, and he was very upset that people were giving him crap that he got a DUI, and he kept saying, I don't understand why all of you are on top of this. So what? It was one DUI. Everybody gets it. It's not like I killed the people in the other car. he was upset that he got drunk, smashed into a car, and people are telling him he did the wrong thing.
And that he did a bad thing.
And he did a bad thing, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah,
My heart bleeds.
And I'm following this one person now that constantly goes in and out of relationships. And the relationship status changes every week. And every message they write for that 1 week is how they love this guy and he's the one and that's it. This is the guy. And the following week is about how he's horrible and he broke my heart and I won't ever trust. And it's this ongoing pattern. It's this vicious
I'll never
cycle.
love again.
I'll never love again. Oh, men are all pigs. And then he starts this whole thing. And then the following week goes, in a relationship. I found the one.
The one for
this week.
This week that's
yes.
gonna dump you after he bangs you, you know?
Or maybe after he reads all of your Facebook.
Oh my God, it's so
updates.
funny. And this girl is so nutty, and I really want to just shake her. I just want to find her and not say a word and just shake her.
Yeah, but you know what she'll put as her status after you shake her? I've met the one.
I've met the one.
He rocks my world.
He rocks my world, literally.
I've been shaken to the core.
Brilliant.
Damn it, I found out he's married and hates me.
So,
why can't I find the right guy?
I have something to tell you guys off the air, too. That's really funny. You just reminded me.
You met the right guy?
I met the right guy.
Oh, that's nice.
Andrew, I always knew.
I did. I met him at the strip club, surprisingly.
Ah.
That's such the perfect beard. Do you think Santa's gay?
Because, well,
he hangs out with like elves
no,
all
he's
year.
married.
Or is he more like a pedophile?
He's married.
Maybe he has a fetish with little people.
Yeah, for little people and like the kids sitting on your lap.
Okay, that's really disgusting.
Come
it's a
talk
little
to me.
weird. It is a little weird.
It's a little weird. I've always
You know what freaks me out is how people still take children to go sit on Santa's lap.
Why?
I think that's a little creepy.
Why?
In this day, listen, you shouldn't trust
some
anybody.
guy, some guy that they've never met before.
Yeah.
Go sit on his lap.
Go sit on his lap. He's wearing a beard.
Santa.
It's not really Santa Joanna. Should
Well,
I
I know-
burst that bubble? Santa's not
child-
real.
The real Santa's not there.
The
right,
child
Andrew?
thinks that it's Santa.
Right. So we should teach kids to like believe in things that like,
You know what I should do? When the kids have recess.
this is
tomorrow
why the
after
girl
school-
finds the one, because it's like she's been led down a path to believe things like Santa.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
And you would not teach your kids about Santa if you
My
had little
kids,
kids.
I'm gonna tell my kids that Santa's not real. Never trust a man with a beard like that, or a hat. Never do. I don't believe in Santa, and I'm gonna tell my kids there is no Santa Claus.
Jess is going to
There is
kill
no
you.
Easter Bunny,
Jess is going to kill
but
you.
Hanukkah Harry is real.
Yes, Hanukkah Harry is
Did you
definitely
see Saturday
real.
Night Live this week? Did if It's a Wonderful Life? They did the Jewish
No.
version. It was hysterical. Like they had their own Hanukkah version of It's a Wonderful Life.
Hanukkah
Fabulous.
Harry transports on like a giant dreidel that spins. He goes up in the sky like a giant tornado.
You know, I was thinking too. Like they talk about the phenomenon of Santa going to all these houses all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
You take out Muslims and Buddhists, and like he's
There
really. It's like
Yeah.
like 35 families at this point. You know.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean,
It's
Christians
actually a
are
pretty
very
easy
little.
gig now.
I always wondered that as a kid. I mean, I think I stopped believing in Santa at like 4 or 5. Because I remember it was on
Nice,
TV.
Andrew.
I remember it was the Weather Channel, and they were doing the Santa tracker.
Uh-huh.
And I kept saying, I'm like, it's impossible. And I said to my mom, and I'll never forget, I said, it takes us 20 minutes to get to my aunt's house. And I remember I was a kid. I was a little kid. I was like 5, and I was blown away by this. I said, it takes us 20 minutes to get to my aunt's house, and she lives pretty close. How is this guy able to do it in one night?
Because he's magic.
That's how magical Santa is. You know, in the original poem too, he doesn't fly.
He walks.
He's being pulled by the sleigh. The sleigh isn't up on the roof. You know what they do is they refer to as that the reindeer fly by. You know, just like kind of like as hyperbole that they mean that they went very quickly. Reindeer really don't fly, which means they don't cross oceans, which makes it even more difficult for them.
So stupid. So stupid. I want to go up to children randomly. Like, I was really tempted. Like,
Will you shut
tell
up?
you know there's no Santa, right?
Will you shut up?
You know he's not real.
I believed in Santa till I was like 9.
Yeah, she really did.
I did.
full out.
Did you really?
Oh, did you ever hear when I was in class? I almost made a girl cry in 8th grade.
Because she believed in Santa.
No. She, someone said something about figuring out that Santa was dad and everything, and the girl turned to me and said, "Mr. Blaze, when did you find out there was no Santa?" And I made my lip quiver and my eyes started to water. I went, "What?" And the girl was like, "I'm sorry. And then she realized that
kids are so stupid at that age.
They are so stupid. That's what makes them fun.
Oh God, 8th
Because they're
grade.
so easy.
I just loved messing with your
They're
heads, man.
so easy.
All you wanted to do was go to the dance and grind with the girl. That's what every guy in 8th grade wants to do. Just start grinding.
You know what's the worst? You
That's
really should go observe an 8th grade classroom, the first warm day of spring.
Oh God.
The boys are humping the door cases. It's like trying to teach you guys in warm days in April. It was like, what's the point? That's why I always taught midsummer. At least it was about sex.
No point. They're gone.
They're like, what?
They're just
What?
totally gone.
Jenny got boobs.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
totally gone.
Yeah, the winter coats come off, and all of a sudden it's like, oh look.
What amazes me is how, girls at that age, they want to start dressing like whores. And there's
the
no
annual
transition.
springtime dressing.
And there's really no transition. It's not like, okay, I'm going to slowly transition this, and by 16, 17, I'll be full whore. No, it's like, one day you're 14, your mom says, go buy whatever you want at the mall, and you get a belly ring, and you get your gum, and you get your tube top, and a really short skirt, and you go to school.
Is that what you did, Andrew?
That's exactly what I did. I got my belly ring and my tram stamp.
Can I see your belly ring, Andrew?
I took it out.
Oh.
I have to take it. No, I never got it because now, for some reason, everything I say is literal, and everybody believes me. So I don't have a belly ring.
So you have courses of faithful audience that are going out and getting belly rings.
So I
want the Andrew Zarian belly ring.
That? Why would you get a belly ring? No, but have you ever? It's interesting, but why dress like that? I mean, there is a middle.
Well, because they're young and they really don't understand.
The guys are going to like me more.
It's kind of an all. It's also a kind of all or nothing thing. I think youth. It's like I'm not only going to hate my parents, I'm going to hate everything that they represent. I always think that it's hysterical that all young people hate their parents and want to be different from their parents, but want to be different.
Oh my God, I'm exactly like my parents.
Wait a minute, but want to be different in exactly the same way. It's like my parents listen to that stupid doo-wop music, so I listen to this, which just happens to be what all their friends listen to.
Well, everyone does that.
I'm thinking what the fad was when I was a kid. What were you know what it was? It was I can't even think.
What's the thing? The little discs. We were
Yo-yos?
talking about pods.
Kungi?
No.
When you and my father were playing at the party.
That was so weird. Your father was so toasted.
Oh, he loved it. He had such a good time.
I know.
It's like, let's play Kungi.
That just sounds wrong.
It does sound wrong. I was kind of, I wanted to be a hippie.
Yeah, but the hippies were cool. It was some kind of movement.
Yes, that's
What
true.
did my generation do?
Absolutely nothing.
What was our movement? We did
Shop.
nothing. We are, and
Spent money.
It's the truth. We are the worst generation. We really are. We're just a bunch of lazy kids that feel entitled to everything.
I've had kids
true.
of your generation,
It's
of people of
true.
your
I'm
generation
sorry,
say
but
to me, it's like we're so entitled to things, and it's like things are so instantaneous. If you took cell phones and internet away from
We'd be so
particularly
lost. They wouldn't know what to do.
people in their 20s, it'd be like they'd cry.
Yeah.
They would.
mean, I would miss it because I've become used to it.
Oh, no,
but
I'd be devastated. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting?
The busy signal, on the phone.
And
I
this
find
is
that
sad.
interesting.
I went to a really good school.
Mm-hmm.
The middle school I went to was good, and the high school was good.
Yeah.
I didn't go to a great college because I discovered what I'm good at, and that's business. I went to a shit college, but none of the people I went to school with, maybe 1%, has done really well.
Really?
I can't think of any of my friends from the time of middle school or high school that have done exceptionally well. Wow, I can't believe he accomplished this. The sad thing is I'm probably the most accomplished person.
Really?
That is sad.
That is sad.
And I have nothing.
My friends from high school are.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not really in touch with them anymore, but you know,
She went to this fancy schmancy school.
yeah, they all are. Everyone.
Well, Jessica's friends are like that too. They're all saving the world somehow because she went to Forest Park Academy.
Oh, okay.
So she went where like the Trump kids went, you know?
Yeah.
And every one of them is, you know, this lawyer and doctor and this and that.
My friend,
and to
yeah.
them, she hasn't done anything because, you know.
I was the
She's
dummy.
married to
Only
me.
a teacher.
I was the
Yeah.
dummy. I had only one master's degree. Most
Yeah.
of them had like PhDs, doctorates, several doctorates.
She only has a doctorate, so.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, and I guess it might be public schools. It might be, you know, upper middle class, because it was all an upper middle class community. I think we're so entitled to have everything. Everything is easy. Everything is handed to us. Oh, you didn't do well. All right, you do well. You know what it is, and I think this is what it is. And I saw this happen a lot. Oh, you're not doing good in school. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the school and I'm going to fight the teacher because
That's
you're
what it
doing
is.
bad. And I saw that happen every single day.
That's what it
where
is.
the parents would come in and say, "Why isn't my kid in this class? Why didn't my kid do good? You know what? It's your fault, not mine."
Right.
We come from that generation.
And not my kids.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
I have a friend. I think you might have met him at one of my parties. He teaches at Nassau Community College. Parents are doing that in college
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going in and beefing to college professors?
My parents, first of all, my parents would never even go to the high school. I would have to have been like, I was failing math. And my father yelled at me.
It was
And
her
then-
responsibility.
And then they got me a tutor, but they didn't go to the school. And that was high school. And college, forget it. If I came home failing in college, my father would have just cut me off
yeah.
and stopped paying for it. I'm paying for you to go to college. If you don't come home with decent grades that I know you're capable of, I'm not paying for it anymore. It was really a very simple solution. Well, it's funny. I was watching
I
TV
don't
this
even know what to
afternoon, and Jamie Lee Curtis, of all people, was on a talk show, and she was talking about, it was a repeat. It was right after her father had died, and she was talking about her dad and how she never really viewed him. She kind of viewed him as a personage, but not a dad, because he really wasn't a dad. He didn't want to be a dad. He didn't like being a dad. Like he wasn't a dad.
Yeah.
Her mother was a real mom, but he was off doing his thing. He was a larger than life sort of character, and that's kind of how she viewed him. But but they were talking about how when in our day, when we were raised, our parents, like my mother too, they took care of us. They made sure we were fed and clothed and taken care of, but they didn't stress over every little bit of angst we were going through, or that we had a fight with our friend or whatever. That was like our thing to deal with.
I think another issue is, especially where we are, it's very difficult to move. It's very difficult to leave the house because it's so expensive. So wherever you're going to go, especially if you're in this neighborhood or in the surrounding neighborhoods, we live in a very good neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we're used to living in a certain type of community, a nice community with no crime and everything is here. Where are we going to go? I'm lucky if my situation was different and I'm able to stay, but most people are either going to live in their basement for the rest of their lives at home till they're 34 when they get married and hope that the guy or woman has a decent job where they could combine the incomes and buy something, or you're going to move to a really bad neighborhood.
Well,
that's our option.
yeah, but a lot of there are young people out there who have gone to really good colleges and they've got really good jobs and they're making good money and they're supporting themselves. Yes, it's very expensive. So sometimes
You can't, if you're making $250,000 to live in Manhattan is nothing.
Yeah.
to live in Manhattan,
To live in Manhattan is nothing. So
To
you
live in
will
Manhattan.
just get by with $250,000 a year. you will just get
I don't
by.
know if that's necessarily true. I mean, you'll live in a small apartment, but you can get by.
Well, it's $250,000 minus the taxes. Think about it, minus the taxes. Your rent will be anywhere from
I know
$2,000
lots
to
of people that live-
$3,000 in a decent area. So $3,000 here minus $40,000 a year. Add the expenses.
Well, that's why people. I mean, not a lot. A lot of young people move out of Manhattan, and I mean there are other places that you can go, and you.
A lot of people
live.
don't like. You have almost no one in Manhattan starting off has like a car.
I would.
Yeah.
I would move to the city if I got that big payday. I would get a little place in the city.
So would we.
I would keep my place here, and I get a little place in the city.
Yeah, that's fair.
And this because this is like the country for many of them where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, I know there are nights that I'm in town and I've had a long night. It would be so nice to have an apartment to crash in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we would do the same thing.
That would be my huge luxury.
Yeah.
It'd be the second piece of property I would own.
It's extremely difficult, and I think our generation suffers from that because we don't have... You're going to go out and you're going to get a job for $40,000 a year. Okay, let's say you do. Where are you going to move for $40,000 a year? No, let's go with the basic guy. Let's say you're out of college.
Well, you do what young people used to do. You get an apartment with
and you share it. And,
yes, that's what you do.
Okay, so let's say me. Okay, 40,000 out of college. I don't like to live with anybody. Where the hell am I going to live?
Well, that's your problem. You don't like to live with anybody, but I mean that's what people do, and that's what kids have always done.
Yeah, there's like your cousin's kid.
Hey, he's making a whole lot more money than $40,000.
And what does he have? 2 roommates?
No, one.
Just one.
One. It's
extremely difficult.
He got an apartment in the city. Yes, it is extremely difficult, and he's crying about it now. Mr. Big Shot, who was always like throwing money around. Yeah. Now he's like crying, but he's
finding
a taste of the real
cheap
world.
happy hours and like free lunch places. Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's getting a taste of the real world. He's exactly the same age as you, but he has a good job, and he will in not too long be making very good money.
See, I'm the exception because I was lucky. I did well early. I had a couple bucks here. I had a couple bucks there. My wife has a really good job and she makes good money.
Well, also you're married.
Yeah.
Which he's single, but a lot of young people are still single. But look, there are places you can go. No, you're not going to live in the house that your parents had. And that's the thing. This is the first time really where kids
aren't upwardly mobile.
Aren't doing better than their parents.
Yeah.
And part of that is, you're right, part of that is the economy, and part of that is because things are exorbitantly expensive. You can't and
also, Joe, there's something called a credit card that didn't exist previous to this generation. Not every, I mean, it did, yeah. But when the credit card, the 80s? They got big?
They existed before that.
But nobody had a credit card in the 70s. What 20-year-old had a credit card in the 70s?
None.
Well, I didn't say 20-year-old. Yeah. They existed.
They existed. Now, 16 years old, you get a credit card, and by 20, you're in debt.
Well, the thing is also that we spend money on things, and I know I do it myself, but we spend money on things now that no one spent money on before.
Plasma TV.
You know, there are things that young people do as a matter of course. Well, look, just young girls, all the young girls I know, they get their nails done. Mm-hmm. They get their hair blown out. They have extensions. They get waxed. You know how much that costs?
A lot of money.
Yes. Well, when I was their age, there were no such things.
Well, think about
all this like
my girlfriend and I did our own nails.
There was no cable bill. There was no internet bill. There was no computer. There was no cell phone. I mean, it's
right.
It's a lot.
Get down to what's really necessary to live,
and we live
way above that.
And they start living above it when they're really young. I mean, look, I've been in the nail salon, and parents come in. Mothers come in with their 10-year-old girls who are getting a full set of fake nails. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Yep. That's a problem.
Seriously, remove everything that's really not necessary from your life. Like, what the comment that we made is like, if you go in the rest of the country, even there it's less and less, but you'll see no one has an old beat up car anymore.
No.
No one has an old beat up car. When was the last time you'll see a car that's had some damage, but it's generally a newer car?
You used to see cars on the
listen,
road that
I
were
am
really old and really beat up.
I live above my means.
Most of us do.
Most of us
But
do.
I've always been like that as a kid, and I've always said I would rather have everything I want now and have a couple bucks in my pocket than to have a lot of money in the bank and not have anything now. And that's how I've always been. I always have some sort of backup, but I like to have things.
But you have backup. A lot of people don't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't
but my
have
backup
any.
isn't GFQ's money's my backup, and everybody knows that's a lot of money. So
Well, it is definitely a problem, and young people are given way too much, and they expect way too much, and they're so obsessed with stuff. I have to say, one thing that's interesting is that when I was growing up, and I kind of was on the younger end of this. I mean, it affected me, but I wasn't a full-out hippie because I was a little too young to really be.
Mm-hmm. Or so you say.
No, so I say.
No,
No,
she wasn't.
I really actually was a little
Yeah.
too young to really be. But even like when I went to college, the hippie thing was still very big, and
Yeah, you just missed that. You
it
did
was.
miss it.
Well,
I kind
realize-
of just missed it, but it really was uncool
to be a hippie.
to spend a lot of money. It was uncool
To have possessions.
expensive
Well,
stuff.
were you in the disco? Were you in the disco era, or were you a little bit too old for that?
I was in the disco era.
Yeah, but I mean, when you were in school, was it just?
Was in between, kind of. It was
Yeah.
transitioning.
You
Yeah.
have to think about how much American society changed
even the
from
disco-
1969
To
to
now.
but
1979.
Yeah.
Even
Just in those 10 years.
Even hello, I lived through it, honey.
Yeah.
you,
Me too.
Yeah, but you were a baby. You missed a lot of it.
But I mean, but look at it now. But the '60s had the hippie generation. The '70s had disco. The '80s had what?
The 80s was the money era.
The money era.
Yeah,
what
the
are the
80s.
'90s?
The me decade. 90s. The 90s.
We are not a memorable decade, and
The
that's
80s,
mine.
The 80s is actually when this all started. This real
Yeah.
horrible consumer.
Right, because like if
um,
you take everything that's like in your house right now, so much of anything that plugs into the wall was not here. Like
Yeah.
like literally like a Mr. Coffee machine
Yeah.
would not have been
Your
in your
liquid
house.
assets were not at the level that they are now when you get them appraised. You would not have liquid assets at the rate that you do compared to then. You know, it's insane
Well,
now.
I
Your liquid
remember
assets.
getting my first
It's
answer
telephone
machine
answering machine.
in like 1980, like 1982
2 or 3.
or 3,
Yeah.
and it was still a novelty.
Yeah,
Like-
I had one. Actors started to have them.
Right.
Yeah.
Actors had them, but it was still a novelty. I mean, most people still didn't have them. Like, it was such a novelty that when people would call, they would hang up because they were uncomfortable leaving
Did
a
I
message
have a
on the
microwave
machine.
when I met you, hon?
I don't remember.
Or did we get our first
Oh,
microwave
such
together?
weird times.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh.
remember.
Yeah. I don't even think I had a microwave.
I don't think you did. I had one at home, but I don't think you did.
And I didn't have cable yet. We got cable together.
We got cable together. Yeah.
I just feel that a lot of people that I speak to now that are my age are dopey. They're all a little dopey.
Well, you know what I think?
I think
I've
they're-
said this, is that people are smarter, slower. I don't think people don't get smart. I think they eventually get there. But to me, what's happened is the education that you had at the end of grammar school, you now have at the end of junior high. And the education you used to have at the end of junior high school, you now have almost at the end of high school. And that like college is now high school.
Yeah, but you look
It
at it like
is.
this. I'll give you an example. People think, yeah, I'm a little weird. That's a given. But
Yes.
but Jessica and I, when we go out and we have a cousin or anything and they come with their boyfriend or girlfriend, it's difficult. And they find us really strange. We're married. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're just strange to them.
Well, because around here, there's young people don't get married as young as you guys did. They don't tend to.
But even like, and we have a friend, and they go, we always make fun of you guys. And I said, why? He goes, oh, you guys are like lawyers and shit. You read the Wall Street Journal. You talk, you're having your coffee and your newspaper, and you talk about the Wall Street Journal. And I said, okay. And they go,
right,
but
because
that's not normal.
There are 30-year-olds like drinking soda for breakfast.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, why? He goes, yeah, but you guys like talk different. Like, I'm like,
you talk about like stuff.
Stuff, yeah. Like they couldn't describe it, but we're just totally amusing to them. And these are people that I've grown up with. They're totally amused by this.
I have to say that I do know and have met a lot of young people that are very bright and
I'm the only one. Say it, Joe.
No, yes, you're the only one.
But I think one of the reasons that the three of us get along is because we are all outsiders to the group that we grew up in.
Yeah, but I was a cool kid, though. See, that's the funny thing. I was always the popular kid in high school, and I was always the popular kid, and it's always been like a secret little world that I live in. I could turn it on and off, and Jessica's seen it. Mm-hmm. Jessica's seen it, and she's amazed by how it turned it on and off.
But the older you
get... Not
get...
anymore, because now,
But people, you can be the outsider and be the cool one, or you can be the outsider and be the shunned one.
Yeah.
And we were all of us, all versions of that. Just
I was never shunned. Speak for yourself, Lon. I was cool. I'm the one who did the shunning. I shunned.
I was never shunned.
I shunned.
I shunned.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Let's wrap it up.
Merry freaking Christmas.
Merry freaking Christmas. Go to our website, guysfromqueens.com. Also go to stream@gfqlive.tv. Thank you for this Christmas edition of I'm Just Saying. We will be back, I believe, next week, right? The 27th. We'll be back for the 27th, and then we're off the following week.
Our big New Year's wrap-up.
New Year's wrap-up. We'll do a New Year's wrap-up. Have a wonderful holiday, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.